Everybody, welcome back to FPL Connect. As you know, this is the show for all the masses of the FPL community where we come and unite over the biggest game in fantasy football, the biggest game in football fantasy. Alright, without wasting any further time, guys, let's get on what we are to do today. So this is the main aim of today is to focus on game week 6 and give out the best free hit team. So, as I've said, without any delays, guys, we are getting onto it. And as you know, this is FPL Connect. So, what we are going to do today, we are going to look at all the fixtures for the week, and then try to choose whose players can actually deliver points for us in each fixture. Then, at the end of the video, we now compose the starting 11 and maybe the bench for you guys to pick if you feel like I have someone on the bench who should actually start, or better, or even better, that I have someone that I said about in the fixture list, but then he or she doesn't appear. Well, it's actually a he only here. Yeah, so I do watch a lot of female football lately, so don't know. So and then we found that he doesn't appear in the FPL in my lineup at the end, and then you start to think, no, that guy should have been in the list. Then you can do that. You can add him into your team. You can do whatever you want as long as you know that is going to work for you. Yeah? So I'm just trying to pick out the best team that can work out for anyone in this week. So let's go, guys. Let's start off with the first fixture. So the first fixture is a Saturday fixture. So we have Crystal Palace and Fulham. So as you can see here, for Crystal Palace, well, I think the player that we can choose from and the player that is best for us to choose from is actually Edward, because Edward is the player that is delivering for Crystal Palace, guys. Like, he's been delivering on majority of games than any other player in the Crystal Palace team. So I do feel like if you have him, just keep him. If you don't have him, and if you are looking to free hit this week, then maybe you can try to go for him. Try to go for him. So for Fulham, yes, Fulham can score. They might even score, but it's hard to really tell where the goals may come from at this point in time. Because as you saw on their last game, they had Vinicius on the score sheet, but he hardly starts any game. So he might start this game, but I don't think that's a guarantee that he will still score, even though he may start the game. So we also have Raul, and Raul is a very good goal poacher, guys. We have Andreas, whom I think is their best playmaker, and he's on penalties. You can also go for him, but he hasn't been giving us much lately, has he? No, he hasn't been giving us much lately. But for Leno, we know that Crystal Palace are a very attacking team, so Leno is a goalkeeper that gets you saves, that gets you lots and lots of saves. So in this game, if you are brave enough, you can just go for Leno and put him in goal, and then watch as he stops shots from the likes of Edward and all the other guys. Although they may score, but he will definitely pull up some saves. So saves are very important in this game, because we have seen that most teams are not keeping clean sheets, guys. So the best thing to do now is just to go for those keepers that can give us saves, and Leno is one of those keepers that can give us saves. Yeah, they do guarantee us saves. So these are the only two people that I see like they are worthy in this fixture. So we have 9 more fixtures to go. So let's get on to the other one. So we have Luton and Wolves, guys. So for Luton, well, if you go to their team on the FPL site and then try to browse on who has more points and who is a bit closer to the top guy, like Morris is your guy. Like, Morris has good points. He has accumulated over 17 points so far. So those are really promising points, and yes, we can actually get him. Apart from him, I'm not really sure who's actually delivering in that team, but he is the go-to guy. But for week 7, For week 7, the focus will be more on Luton also, because they will be having a double game week, so we should have someone with Morris in that team, because it is them and Burnley that will be having double game week. And we will also talk about Burnley in a few, and they also have their fixture against Man United. But yeah, for Luton, I think Morris is our go-to guy. So for Wolves, I've been saying Neto is the go-to guy, guys. Neto is the go-to guy, and he's producing on every game week. What more do we want from this guy? Just pick Neto and put him in your team. And I know it's not as easy as I'm saying, because he is also not in my team, but I can see the good thing that he's doing out there. I just have to trust him more. And the numbers ain't lying. He's giving us the numbers. So if you are trying to look for a clean sheet, maybe Wolves can be a team that can give you a clean sheet against Luton. So the goalkeeper, Jose Sarr, I feel like he's the person to go to in this game. So I'll go for Jose Sarr, really, and then put him in goal there and hope for a clean sheet. I really hope for a clean sheet. So, but then if you can't get a clean sheet, well, let's just hope Maurice would have scored. So Jose Sarr can guarantee a save. So I think it's a bit better to have him in goal than to have the likes of Ederson, and then they don't give you any saves or any clean sheet. Then it's a guaranteed 2 points. Like the maximum that you can get from the likes of Ederson is just 2 points if they are not having a clean sheet. So it's really tough out there for the goalkeepers right now. So yes, guys, if you feel like there's anyone else that has to be involved in here, you can say that, but I do think these 3 people are the ones to look out for in this fiction, the ones that can guarantee us points. Then we have Man City up against Nottingham Forest. Well, for Man City, this team is the only team with a 100% record so far in the league, guys. So no wonder I have 4 players from the team that I think are actually good picks. So as you know that everybody has Haaland, well, almost everybody has Haaland in their team. So if you don't have him, you just have to go for Haaland and even captain him in this game week. So we also have Alvarez. Alvarez, I've been thinking that Alvarez is not good enough. Like Alvarez is good, but I'm always thinking that he will not get us minutes. He will not get us enough minutes. But boy keeps getting minutes, and he keeps giving us returns, and I don't have him in my team, so you can just imagine the head that I go through, because every time he gets those points, I know that I'm getting a massive green arrow. a massive red arrow. So we also have Walker, who has been starting a lot of games actually, and is their captain. So for a Man City defender, you can go for Walker before any other defender. And then there's also Virgil over there, and well, I feel like in Man City's defense, so far he's the one who can start more games. I feel like he can start more games. Pep really values him a lot. So but as you can see, he's down there on the list. So if you have to go with 3 City players, I would pick these 3, and then Virgil. Well, in case you don't like to go with 2 strikers, which is Haaland and Alvarez, then yes, you can go for Gvardiol. It should be like that. As you can see, I do not have their goalkeeper at all here, although I think they will keep a clean sheet. Well, I don't think they will keep it, because they haven't kept it in a long time now. Like in the games where I thought they would keep it, they did not keep it. So I'm not bringing any clean sheet to my thoughts on this one. So let's go for the Nottingham Forest game. I'm in team. So we have our knee. Our knee has been giving us returns on every game, guys. On every game, he's giving us returns. So this is our go-to guy. And I'm really considering him. I'm not considering him for this game. There's actually a lot of players to consider, but I think now that we have the Champions League starting up, we just have to try to focus more on these players without Champions League football this season, and our knee is one of them. So let's go for another fixture, guys. We have Brentford. So Brentford are up against Everton, and Brentford are at home. So we know that the home team actually gets better points. Gets better encouragement, better chances, better a better mood for the game. So we have Mbeumo, but I must say, the only reason I put Mbeumo here right now is because he's on penalties. Because Wisa is doing good than Mbeumo. Well, in my eyes, Wisa is doing more good than Mbeumo. Like, he's creating more chances than Mbeumo is creating. He's having more impact on goal than Mbeumo is having. But Mbeumo is on penalties, so we know that really has an upper edge, on the games and as far as FPL is concerned, because it says a person can be very dull in a game, but then just get a penalty and he's up there. He's up there. So I don't think they will perform well defensively. So Henry is up there. Yes, like Henry is up there for the points to be taken also. Like Henry is up there to take some points. As you look at Pickford on Everton and side, guys, Pickford has only scooped 8 points. Like, he has only scooped 8 points in 5 games. That is not correct. That is not good at all. But if you are looking for points from this Everton team, I think Pickford is the guy we can go to. I think he's the guy we can go to. Like, I saw their gameplay and then I saw him on the weekend. He was really convincing. Yeah, convincing, but I know the points don't really show him convincing. But if you are looking for someone to trust in this Everton team, then yeah, I'll give it to Brentford. I'll give it to Pickford. I will give it to Pickford that he may come up with some crucial saves in the game. Although I'm not thinking Everton will win the game, so when you don't see a team winning, you just have to look at their goalkeeper, whether he can make some saves, like at least for you to get some points. Because if you try to look for where the goals will come in, then we are actually not sure if they will come in from Onana, from Danjuma, from Beto, from Calvert-Lewin. So there's a lot of gambling going on in front. So it's better to just go for the keeper, because we know that he will have shots to face, and he may save more than one, like more than 3, more than 6. So that's what we really want in FPL, those points, don't we? So we're going on now to match number 6. So it's Burnley at home against Man United. So for Burnley, I really tipped Foster. But now we saw Foster going out with a red card in their previous game yesterday against Nottingham Forest. So this says we will not see him in this game week 6. So that's when I started to think of their goalkeeper, and I'm like, okay, now the best player to go for should be their goalkeeper here. Because guys, I've gone through their numbers. They are horrible. Like, they are horrible. They really do not deliver any good points. So let's just go for their goalkeeper and hope that he will make some saves out of Rashford and Holland. But I don't think he will actually get any points from there, I feel like Man U will actually be too much for them. I feel like Man U will actually be too much for Burnley. So I'm really going for Rashford, as you can see, and Holland. So if you can get either of these two, then you should do good, with Rashford being the top player to pick from. As you have seen, guys, I watched this last match for Man U, and I can tell you, like, Marcus Rashford is a problem. Guys. So I do want to have him in my team. I think Fernandes is a bit confusing for me, because he is playing in various positions, and that is not helping him. As far as FPL is concerned. But as for Rashford, he's like the highest creator of chances for Man United. So I have to have that sort of player in my team than to have Fernandes at the moment. So I'm trying to work out how to get these best picks into my team, especially going forward, guys. So I will achieve that. Then we have Arsenal versus Tottenham. If you are on a free hit, stay away from these two, guys. Just stay away from these teams. Like, stay away, because this match can really go either way. This match can go either way. So, and it's a big match. So in a big match, a lot of things happen, like own goals happen, controversial penalties happen. Most players just get red cards, yellow cards, so you really don't want to jump on this game, especially if you're on a free hit. So if I was on a free hit, I would just keep this game and focus on the other games where I know that the players will be more relaxed, like no nerves, no anything. So yes, guys, but then if you're on Arsenal, like you have the likes of Saka and Odegaard, then I suggest that you keep them, because they have the potential to give us the points in this game. They have the potential to give us those points, as well as the likes of Maddison and Richarlison. So I think the debate here may be about Son, that Son can actually give us more points than Richarlison, but the last time Son gave us points, he was in the forward position, whereas in this game week they had Richarlison in that position, and he's the one who gave us points. So if Son is not in there, I'd rather opt for their number 9, because at least he will give us, he will give us points. So if ever you're in this game and you are wondering which player to go for, just go for Richarlison, guys. Just go for him, because he does seem a bit settled now. So I think he will get us points. But either way, just stay away from their defense, from their goalkeepers, because it is not easy to just tell and say you think this one will get you points, because it really isn't easy to just say this one will get us points in this game, because I see both these teams scoring. I don't see a clean sheet at all, but I should favor the home side more in this fixture, because they are at home, so they have the 12th man. But yeah, it's a very difficult fixture for both of them. So we have Brighton and Bournemouth, guys. Pascal Gross, what a man. So this guy is really doing good for Brighton, guys. This guy is really doing good. So I would actually go for him before the likes of March and Mitoma. I would really go for Pascal Gross, because he plays more centrally. So it makes it a bit easier for him to have shots at goal and even have goals as a result of that. So I would really opt for him before the likes of March and Mitoma. And then I think they should do well defensively. So, and as Stupinian should start this match, I think, because he's now available, he's now fit, so he should start this match. So I'll really put him there and put Pascal Gross there. So if you are aiming for the Brighton team, well, for Bournemouth, Solanke is their go-to guy. Well, I should say he's a better pick in the Bournemouth team, but I really don't see him getting enough points to really head this team, or to really upgrade anyone who has him in the team. But he is worth a shot. Because this is Fantasy Premier League, guys. As we say, every team can give you points. Any player can get you points. It shouldn't be only the elite player that we are going for. So we have Liverpool and West Ham United. So this one is also a bit of a banger, because Liverpool are on their longest unbeaten streak, guys. They are on their longest unbeaten streak. So I think most people are actually now starting to think of bringing Salah into their team. Yeah, I'm one of those people, but Salah is expensive, guys. I'm not going to try the hardest things, If it can happen, it can happen. So yeah, but if I can have him, then I would have him, but I don't think I can have him. So yeah, I'm just going to let it slide for Salah. But yeah, if you can go for Salah, then I think you are settled, And Szoboszlai is also the second player with points in the midfield, because it is Salah with the maximum points with the most points for Liverpool, and then they have Robertson with the other points, and then there is Szoboszlai. So if you go for these two, they are both midfielders. So if you go for them, then yeah, I think they are the best picks, because up front is just chaotic, guys. Like, it's either you go for Nunez, you go for Jota, you go for Diaz. So it's really not easy to just put your finger on someone up front except Diaz. Yeah, I think Diaz is the one that I think is more nailed on. So as far as West Ham United are concerned, James Ward-Prowse is your guy. Like, James just keeps giving us points. Like, he's contributing in every game. So yeah, I would really choose this guy over any player at the moment in the West Ham United team. But also you can have Bowen in there, because Jared Bowen is also on one of the few players above the 30-point mark. So we can also go for James Ward-Prowse, guys, and also for Jared Bowen. So we also have our fixture number 9. We have Chelsea versus Aston Villa. So Chelsea has been disappointing. Chelsea has been really disappointing, but Sterling has been trying hard in the Chelsea team. So I'll go for Sterling. I'll go for Raheem Sterling, really. And then for Aston Villa, well, Diaby is their go-to guy. Like, Diaby has been giving us returns in every match. So if ever you are thinking of going for other players, then the likes of Diaby can be really helpful in your team, guys. The likes of Diaby can really be helpful. Well, I think Chelsea will score in this game, but then I did think they will score also in the Nottingham Forest game, but they didn't score. So that's how disappointing they have been. That's how disappointing they have been. But yeah, this game can really go anywhere. It can really go anywhere. So either you have Sterling or you have Diaby, or just avoid this game if you can. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you are trying to get points from this game, then these two players can really get you points. Then the last game of the game week is Sheffield United against Newcastle. So for Sheffield United, I still think Archer is their go-to guy. Like, Archer is their forward, so he should be the go-to guy. But I'm not sure whether he will really have plenty of chances against Newcastle, because Newcastle have been, I can say, revived. Yeah, I think the game against Brighton has really got them going. So it will be a bit difficult for other players to actually just thrive and play their normal game, or the game that they played against Tottenham before Tottenham did what Tottenham did. So I'll still go for Wilson here, because as you remember in my last video, I actually explained that I think Wilson has a better chance of scoring than Isak, like if he's given minutes. So as we saw in the game, he did score, but then it was cancelled out for offside or something else, I remember. But then he came back and then he got a penalty, and then he did score a penalty. So Wilson is our go-to guy, but the only thing about him is that he doesn't get to start as many games as he would like, or as we would like. So as I'm doing this video, Newcastle is playing in the Champions League, so we'll also see who has started for them, and so that we can actually analyze it better for the next coming days, or for the upcoming week. And then Botman is their defender as well. So I don't know why it says forward there, but then I know it's because I made an error. So Botman is their defender. Well, he's the cheapest of their defenders, so it's just easy to go for him. But yeah, no buts. Just easy to go for him. Well, he's not on set pieces. That was the bat, but and he's not in line to get attacking returns. But if you need the cheapest option, just go for Botman in the defense. Yeah. So now we're coming off to whom I think should be in the starting 11 and my bench if I were to choose from this group of guys here. So guys, this is the team. This is how it should look for me. So as you can see, in goals I have Jose Sa. He's playing against Luton away, and I don't think he will get points against Luton. Guys. So yeah, I have him in goal, and then for my defense I have Henry, Estupinan and Walker. So if you don't feel like either of them, you can get cash, against Chelsea. Chelsea have been conceding a lot, so if you have cash in there, maybe you can get cash in there. I don't know for who, maybe for a Stupinen, or maybe just take someone on the midfield out and then put cash in, because on the midfield, maybe James Ward-Prowse may be the weaker link. Then you can take him out, but then I think he will score because he has been scoring even against the likes of City, so he should be scoring even against the likes of Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? So in the midfield, guys, as you can see, we have Rashford against Burnley, we have James Ward-Prowse against Liverpool, we have Salah against West Ham United, Cross against Bournemouth, and Sterling against against Aston Villa. So you can also take out Sterling and put Edward, because Edward may score against Fulham, and Edward is playing at home, as well as Sterling is playing at home. So those two are. So now I'm just trying to look for those who are our weakest links that we can just take out or put in. So yeah, for Sterling, we can also swap him with Edward, but I still think Sterling will give better results in this game week. Yeah, I still think he will get better points also in this game week. So as you can see, guys, up front we have Haaland and Wilson. As you can see over there, Haaland has the captaincy armband, and we have Wilson just behind him. So if you still don't feel like Wilson will start and will be productive, that's where Edward comes in. You can just put Edward over there, and Edward may actually get points for us. Yeah. Oh yeah. So guys, just tell me what you think. That is our job for today. That is how we see things. That is how I think. If you are on a free hit team, you can go for this team, and it should get you pretty decent points with it. It should get you over the average points, So yes, guys, tell me what you think. Either way, it was nice doing this video for you guys. It was nice doing this video, and look out for the video against my team for my team review. So as I'll also be looking up to free up some players and try to get some of the players in this team. So yes, guys, that's how it is. As I've said, this is FPL Connect, a show for the FPL community where we both connect and discuss the game, which is the biggest game in the fantasy football, to the FPL league. So we'll see you on the next game, guys. Adios.
Who the fuck are you? Me?